Have you ever looked around your home and thought, this place feels safe? Most of us see our house as a haven, a place where we relax, recharge, and feel protected. But what if I told you that hidden inside your very own home could be items that slowly affect your health, without you even realizing it? Today, we're diving into something that might surprise you, ordinary household objects that could silently impact your lungs and overall well-being. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn might completely change the way you see your surroundings. The air we breathe is one of the most essential parts of life. We often think of pollution, smoke from cars, or factories when we talk about harmful air. But the truth is, dangerous particles and chemicals can also come from inside our homes, from everyday items that seem harmless. And when these elements are breathed in over time, they can stress the lungs, reduce breathing quality, and in the long term, even raise the risks of serious health concerns. Now here's the shocking part, many of these items are not rare or unusual. They're things you probably touch, use, or clean with every single day. You see, our homes are filled with materials, sprays, and products that release tiny invisible particles, sometimes called volatile organic compounds or fine dust. When these build up in the air, we breathe them in, and they don't just disappear. They can irritate our airways, inflame tissues, and silently harm us little by little. Let me paint a picture. Imagine you're sitting in your living room, enjoying a peaceful evening. A candle is burning on the table, the carpet is freshly vacuumed, and the room smells of cleaning spray. Everything feels cozy, right? But what's really happening in that room? That candle may be releasing tiny amounts of chemicals with every flicker. The carpet fibers could be holding dust and invisible toxins. And the cleaning spray you used earlier might still be floating in the air as microscopic particles. On their own, these things seem small. But together, and over time, they build up, and your lungs pay the price. One of the biggest issues is that most people don't notice the immediate effects. The cough here and there, the shortness of breath, or the slight irritation in the throat is often brushed aside. But our lungs are sensitive, and repeated exposure to harmful elements can wear them down over years. It's a slow, silent process, which is why it's so easy to ignore, until the consequences are much harder to reverse. And here's another layer to consider. Children and older adults are even more vulnerable. Young lungs are still developing, and older ones may already be weaker. That means the very air inside the home can have a bigger impact than you might think. It's not just about avoiding smoke or outdoor pollution, it's about becoming aware of what might be right under your nose, literally. So why does this matter? Because awareness is the first step toward protection. Once you know where the risks are hiding, you can make changes, sometimes simple ones, that dramatically reduce your exposure. Think of it as turning your home back into the safe haven it should be, instead of a space filled with hidden dangers. Now, I know what you might be thinking, does this mean I have to throw everything away? The answer is no. This video is not about fear, it's about knowledge. Once you're aware of what these everyday items are doing, you'll have the power to make smarter choices. Whether it's swapping out one product for another, adding more ventilation to a room, or being selective about what you buy, small steps can lead to big improvements in your health. And remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's protection. Every little change you make adds up to a healthier environment for you and your family. Imagine the difference in your daily life if your breathing became easier, your energy levels rose, and you felt lighter just by improving your surroundings. That's what this knowledge can give you. So in this video, we're going to reveal 8 everyday household items that could be putting your health at risk. Some of them will probably surprise you, because they seem completely harmless. But once you know what they are, you'll never look at them the same way again. By the end, you'll understand not just what to watch out for, but also how to reduce the risks without turning your life upside down. And trust me, the details are worth hearing, because they could make the difference between years of silent exposure and a healthier, more vibrant future. So stay with me as we begin exploring these hidden threats. And remember, sometimes the most dangerous things aren't the ones we see clearly, they're the ones we breathe in without even realizing. When we think about dangers to our lungs, most people imagine cigarette smoke or polluted city air. But what if the real risks were sitting right inside your living room or bedroom? Let's begin uncovering some of the everyday objects that silently affect your breathing and health. The first culprit many people overlook is scented candles and air fresheners. They may make a room smell pleasant, but the chemicals released as they burn or spray can include substances that irritate the airways. Breathing them in repeatedly over time can add unnecessary stress to your lungs. It's easy to dismiss because they seem so harmless, but think about how often they're used, every day in some homes. That constant exposure builds up slowly, and the effects are far more real than most imagine. Another surprising one is carpeting and rugs. While they add comfort and warmth to a house, they also trap dust, mold spores, and even tiny particles from cleaning products. Every step you take on a carpet can release those trapped particles back into the air, where they can be inhaled. Over years, that kind of exposure can make a huge difference. And what's worse, vacuuming doesn't always solve the problem, because many vacuums release part of the dust back into the air. Household cleaners are another big contributor. Many of them contain strong chemicals that make surfaces look spotless but leave behind invisible residues in the air. Even after the smell fades, microscopic compounds can linger for hours. Think about how often you clean your kitchen, bathroom, or floor. Each time, you're releasing substances that may irritate your lungs without you realizing it. Then there are paints and varnishes. Freshly painted walls or newly polished furniture often carry that strong smell people describe as new or clean. But that smell comes from volatile organic compounds, tiny chemicals released into the air. Breathing them in for long periods isn't healthy. And even after the smell disappears, some paints can continue releasing these compounds slowly for months. We can't forget about mold. Unlike candles or paints, mold doesn't hide in plain sight. It hides in damp corners, behind walls, or under sinks. The spores it releases are incredibly irritating to lungs, especially for people with asthma or other sensitivities. And mold often grows silently, unnoticed until it's already widespread. Every time you breathe in mold spores, your lungs are put under pressure to filter out something that simply doesn't belong there. Even furniture can be a source of hidden risk. Many sofas, chairs, and mattresses are made with synthetic materials that can release small amounts of chemicals as they age. This process, sometimes called off-gassing, means that without proper ventilation, your living space can become filled with particles you don't see but definitely inhale. And here's a surprising one: cooking itself. The act of frying or grilling food without proper ventilation can release smoke and tiny particles into the air. This doesn't mean you should stop cooking, but it does mean that opening windows or using an exhaust fan can make a big difference in keeping the air cleaner for your lungs. Finally, tobacco residue, sometimes called third-hand smoke. Even if no one in your home smokes directly, the residue from cigarettes can linger on clothes, furniture, and walls. This residue continues releasing harmful compounds into the air long after the cigarette is gone. Many people don't even realize their home is still carrying these particles, but their lungs are the first to notice. When you step back and think about it, it's almost overwhelming. The very spaces we associate with comfort and safety can quietly hold hidden threats. But the important thing is not to panic, it's to act. The more you know, the more control you have. And that's where real protection begins. So what can you do about all this? The answer isn't throwing out every item in your home. Instead, it's about awareness and balance. Choosing natural cleaning products, opening your windows to refresh the air, using air filters, checking for hidden mold, and limiting chemical-heavy items can all reduce risks dramatically. Even small adjustments, like switching from chemical sprays to vinegar-based cleaners or choosing unscented candles, can lighten the load on your lungs. Remember, your home should be your safe space, and with the right changes, it can be. Each step you take clears the air, quite literally, for you and your loved ones. Breathing easier isn't just about avoiding smoke outdoors, it's about making your own space healthier inside. But here's where we take things further. It's not just about knowing which items can harm you, it's about building habits and routines that protect your health every day. In the final part of this video, we're going to explore how to turn your home into a true safe haven, how to break free from invisible dangers, and how to make long-term choices that strengthen your lungs and your overall well-being. Don't click away now, because these final tips are the real game changers, the ones that transform knowledge into action, and your home into the healthy space you deserve. Now that we've uncovered the 8 common household items that can quietly harm your lungs, let's focus on what really matters: how to protect yourself, how to create a healthier environment, and how to make changes that last. Because awareness without action is only half the battle. The goal isn't to live in fear of every object in your house, but to take control, step by step, until your home feels safe again. The first step is improving ventilation. Fresh air is one of the simplest and most powerful tools you have. Opening your windows for even a few minutes each day allows indoor air pollutants to escape and cleaner air to enter. If you live in an area where outdoor air is also a concern, consider using air purifiers with high-quality filters that can capture dust, mold spores, and even tiny chemical particles. Clean air is a gift to your lungs, and it's something you can create inside your own walls. Second, take a closer look at the products you bring into your home. Cleaning sprays, scented candles, paints, and even new furniture often come with strong odors because of the chemicals inside them. Choosing fragrance-free, eco-friendly, or natural alternatives reduces the invisible load on your lungs. Imagine the difference when your air smells fresh because it's truly clean, not because it's covered with artificial scents. Third, don't underestimate the power of regular cleaning, but do it wisely. Dust and dirt are inevitable, but how you remove them matters. Using vacuums with HEPA filters, damp cloths instead of dry dusters, and non-toxic cleaning solutions helps ensure you're not just moving particles around, but actually removing them. And remember, carpets and upholstery are like sponges for dust and chemicals. Deep cleaning them every so often can make your air noticeably lighter. Fourth, keep an eye on humidity. Too much moisture creates the perfect environment for mold growth, and mold spores are one of the most irritating particles for lungs. Using a dehumidifier in damp areas, fixing leaks promptly, and ensuring proper airflow in bathrooms and kitchens prevents mold before it can even start. Prevention is far easier than dealing with hidden infestations later. Fifth, consider your cooking environment. Cooking is essential and even joyful, but without ventilation, it fills the air with smoke and microscopic particles. Using an exhaust fan, keeping a window cracked open, or even cooking with methods that produce less smoke can keep your kitchen air fresher. Think of it as protecting your lungs while you nourish your body. Sixth, build awareness into your daily routine. That means not ignoring the little signs, like feeling short of breath, coughing in certain rooms, or noticing fatigue when spending long hours indoors. Your body is an incredible alarm system, but only if you choose to listen to it. Taking those signals seriously could be the key to making your home truly healthy. And seventh, remember the people who share your space. Children, older adults, and even pets breathe the same air you do. Their lungs are often more sensitive, which means the changes you make don't just protect you, they protect the people you love most. Each choice to reduce harmful products or improve air quality is a choice that strengthens your entire household. Now, let's zoom out for a moment. The truth is, you can't eliminate every risk from your life. No one can. But you can tip the balance in your favor. You can choose to take action, to pay attention, and to make your home a place where your lungs are supported instead of strained. Every small change, whether it's switching a cleaner, using a purifier, or opening a window, adds up to a powerful difference. Imagine this: you come home after a long day, you take a deep breath, and instead of filling your lungs with invisible irritants, you're breathing in cleaner, fresher air. You feel lighter, calmer, healthier. That sense of safety and peace of mind is what everyone deserves, and it's completely within your reach. So as we wrap up this video, let's go back to the question we started with: is your home as safe as you think it is? The answer depends on the choices you make starting today. Don't wait until years of exposure catch up to you. Take action now, even if it's just one small step. Your lungs will thank you, not just today, but for the rest of your life. If this video opened your eyes to the hidden risks around you, share it with someone you care about. Awareness spreads when we talk about it, and sharing might be the very thing that helps protect someone else's health. And don't forget to subscribe, because here, we're building a community dedicated to better health, stronger bodies, and smarter choices. Take care of your home, take care of your lungs, and most importantly, take care of yourself. Because nothing is more valuable than the air you breathe, and you have the power to make it as clean and safe as possible.